With that said, everybody, shall we get to another season of Columbus Blue Jackets hockey? We've been ranting and raving for the first half an hour of the stream or so. But I am ready to see what happens this year because I dare say this could be a pretty good year for the Columbus Blue Jackets. This is what the team has ended up looking like heading in to season number 5. Again, Brady Tkachuk, who was acquired for Kent Johnson in a 1-for-1. Kent wasn't happy here. Brady wasn't happy in Ottawa. Good things happen. Caden Lindstrom, who I am still desperate to turn into a legit number 1 center. Hopefully a Selke winner. His face-offs are a bit, but we're trying. We're trying. And then Jordan Kyrou, who we acquired from the Blues, because again, he wasn't very happy in St. Louis. We have Christian Gunderson, who we are still desperate to have be an elite sniper, even though he seems pretty damn well determined to be either an elite two-way or more likely an elite power forward at 5'11". What a beast. Adam Fantilli is still here, which is beautiful. Luca Del Belbaluz, of course. We got Anton Frondel, our captain, Sean Monahan, and these 480 overalls at the bottom. 34th overall, 10th overall, 12th overall, 20th overall. Every single one of these guys taken from the same draft class. Yeah, for whatever reason, the 2028 class for us in this timeline was absurd. And a shout out to Scott on the 1 year. Scott, welcome back. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Pepe, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Defensively, Zach Werenski, Evan Bouchard still. Kimmo Kauppinen, who we took last year's with David Yarosek, and then Dallas Dayton was also in this last draft with all those forwards alongside Xavier Villeneuve, who I'm going to give this guy a shot, man, because he has a hell of a shot, at least in terms of power. We might be able to turn him into something. So I'm willing to give it a try.
We're doing this again.
Our goaltender is not Boxy, but I will thank Boxy for the 6 months. Welcome back to you as well. Thank you guys for the kindness and the resubs early on tonight. Gabriel Deg, Melker Thielen as the 1-2 punch. Scratches of Anton Johansson and Totally Spanish. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. AHL-wise, these top 3, all low elites, all from the last draft as well. Yeah, that draft was insane. So the NHL is looking pretty good. The AHL is looking pretty good. We still got Ravensburgen in goal there. This will be interesting. This will be a very interesting season for us. And I'm expecting half of the team to end up beyond injured. Also, Jamie Benn is our head coach this year because memes. I mean, come on, that's the fun of it, right? Is using former players as coaches. That's the fun of it. That's not the fun of it. Injured with an upper body injury in the AHL. You hate to see it. Oh, you hate to see it, but them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. Villeneuve's a baby. I mean, you gotta figure, like, if he's 19 now in this timeline, like, how old's that kid now? 15? So, yeah. All right, all the injuries in the world to start the year, and we've only simmed 1 game, a 6-4 loss and a 7-1 win. Can we stop with the injuries already? Well, Zach Werenski's out for a month. There goes his Norris campaign. Dallas Dayton has been injured with injured hand. Jesus Christ. All right, hell of a start. Hell of a start to the year. Paulie, what's up, by the way? Dude, it's not an injury bug at this. Okay. All right. Well, at least Dallas is back, but good Lord. Good Lord. The amount of injuries we have suffered from already is astonishing. We should probably get Kiviranta out of there, shouldn't we? Whew, Paulie, that it was. All right, we need another defenseman. Or do we? We'll just play Kiviranta as a defenseman. Whatever. Won't be for too much longer. But, damn. Damn. Is the team too good again? No, I mean, it's just we're a month into the season and nobody can stay healthy. This is insanity. Villeneuve should be back. Monahan is still our captain, yeah. That's not going to change. All right, so defensively, we need to go over to Dayton, take him out for Villeneuve. We need to go to Kiviranta and take him out for Dayton. Then we need to go back to the forwards and put Kiviranta in on the third line. There we go. All the injuries. Jeez, come on, man. It's like saying frickin' Beetlejuice 3 times at this point. Like, it's forcing me to say the word left and right. Who the hell's healthy now? This is a ridiculous start. So, Werenski and Riopel. I don't know if we're going to play Werenski until he's 100% healthy. So, let's wait a minute there. Let's wait a minute. 4-5-1, not too bad given the egregiousness of these injuries, the amount of injuries. Anton Johansson, get you out of there for Zach Werenski, and let's hope it is relatively smooth sailing from here. It won't be, because this game hates me. You know how we just talked about the rosters being trash for a while? This is what happens. You want to trash talk the game? We'll show you. Even though I like the game, I just think the rosters suck. Luca Pinelli still doesn't want to add winger. I mean, that's not a death sentence for him in terms of being on this team, but that's a bit of a disappointment. Luca Del Belbaluz. Carnage, what's going on? And there we go. Del Belbaluz now willing to be a left wing full time, which is beautiful. Those, I guess, were the only 2 players we were focused on. Justin Poirier gets hurt down in the AHL. Harvey Shields gets hurt at the NHL level. You know, the fact that we're hanging around 500 despite this, again, absurd amount of injuries is actually pretty damn good. Clayton Lamb gets hurt with a sore foot. Freaking, it's like goddamn Spider-Man. Everybody gets one. At least. Ender, how'd the stream go? Eric Johnston gets hurt. It's going to be a long season. Joel Jackson gets hurt. Okay, this might be our last season with injuries turned on. Holy. This is crazy. We got to call up, I guess, Hunter McCown and Matt Rempe. I think. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be done. Does mean we're finally going to have to touch the AHL lines, which I've been trying to avoid, but that's okay. So welcome to the lineup, Matt Rempe. Get you in his 4th line center. Apparently that is a terrible... Oh, because we have a defenseman. Okay. That makes a little bit of sense now. So let's get him out for Hunter McCown, meaning that we do have a good amount of physicality on that 4th line now. And then defensively... Okay. It all makes a little bit more sense. And then in terms of the forwards, lowering the injury slider does help, yes. I haven't done it because I've been wanting to experiment around with seeing how injuries work in this game and if they've been addressed at all. No, they're still an absolute nightmare to deal with if you don't touch the injury slider, let alone turn them off. Clearly, it is still an absolute nightmare. Like, I don't mind the amount of injuries. It's just so tedious to have to edit the lines constantly. But we are 9-9-2 as of December 1st. Again, it is very tough to kind of address what this team is or what they've looked like so far because we have had that ungodly amount of injuries which really sucks. Brady Tkachuk, our leading point getter, point per game. Lindstrom not too bad. Fantilli not too bad. You can tell, though, we don't have that one elite goal scorer right now. Even Del Belbalou is not doing particularly well. Gunderson not doing particularly well. Yeah, we do not have that one go-to goal scorer right now, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. Bouchard and Werenski have both done well, but not insanely well. And then the goaltending, yeah, Dig has been a bit disappointing because, of course, the higher the overall you get, the worse they're going to perform. That still appears to be the case in this timeline. But again, because of the sheer amount of injuries, normally we start to make changes around December 1st. Let's go to January of 2029, and we'll double check the team then and see how certain players are performing. I do think we are very much looking at least having to make some lineup changes. We'll send down Rempe. We'll send down Hunter McCown. Neither got claimed. I'm shocked. I am shocked that neither got claimed. Who the hell wouldn't want Hunter McCown? He's a beauty. He's a beauty. Winnipeg, what's going on, man? How you been? Wait for Dave to get abilities. Well, yeah. He has abilities, and maybe that's what's making him worse. All right, then we got to get Lamb back in for Kiviranta. And then AHL-wise, we'll just deal with it. Hopefully we don't have a game coming up today. Otherwise, those two guys are just going to get injured again. Looks like we're okay. We march on. We march, we move. Eric Johnston's healthy, whatever. Evan Bouchard, injured with an upper body injury. He'll be out for less than a week, though. But, yeah, Bouchard has not been the guy that we thought we were getting for 4 first-round picks. Don't get me wrong. He has been good, but he has not been elite. And that's a bit of a problem when you're paying him $11.9 million a season for 3 more years, no movement clause firmly intact, which he did refuse to waive at the draft this past June. Maybe we'll be able to get rid of him. Maybe we won't. Time will tell. Justin Poirier gets hurt again. He cannot stay healthy. Good Lord. But now that the NHL team has been mostly healthy, you can see where, I mean, we're pretty good when we are fully healthy. We are winning a decent amount of games here. It's only for a couple of days, but the timing of that was impeccable, wasn't it? What's the difference between no movement, no trade? No movement means no movement acts as a no trade clause, meaning you can decline being traded. You also can't be sent down to the AHL, whereas a no trade clause is, you know, hey, you can't trade me unless there's conditions, certain amount of teams. But you could just throw them down to the AHL and just say, all right, well, screw you, get out of here. Yeah, no movement clause equals a lot of control for a player that has one. Fantilli is healthy, as we have nearly hit the new year. All the injuries in the world. All of the injuries in the world. My God, this year's probably been our worst. And we had a rough year a couple seasons ago in terms of injuries. Looking at it, 18, 12, and 3. We are currently 3rd in the Metro, which is shocking. Brady Tkachuk leads in points amongst forwards and in general, has 15 goals. Austin Matthews is the league point leader. In fairness, he is tied with Connor and Shifley. Bedard's up there, too. Shout out to Razor, the Randy Moss anniversary, the 84 months. Razor, welcome back, man. We always love a good Randy Moss shout out. Austin Matthews over a point or over a goal per game right now, for that matter. He's crushing it. Marner, of course, got to be his line mate. He's crushing it for assists. Goalie wins leader is Aiden Hill in Chicago. But all right, this is our first time to kind of take a look at our lines and see what's working and what isn't. So, Melker Thielen, very solid backup this year. Gabriel Daig is getting better, but those are not quite elite numbers, which isn't necessarily surprising. I want to take a look at the defense here. Werenski, 19 points and a +4 is okay. Bouchard, 20 points. Oh, my God. 20 and 31 for Bouchard. That's just... it's okay, but, man, it's not amazing. Kimmo Kaupinen, 8 points and a +13 next to Yarosek, so that's working out pretty well. Dallas Dayton and Xavier Villeneuve, leaving a little bit to be desired. So we're going to risk some of the line chemistry. We're going to go Dayton, Yarosek, Kaupinen, Villeneuve, just to see if anything changes there. When it comes to the forwards, I mean, Brady's going to stay on the top line. I think the top line in general is going to stay together. Del Belbelou's 18 points, 11 goals. I'm not saying I'm losing confidence in him, but I might be starting to lose confidence in Del Belbelou's. Was Fantilli a first liner? No, he's a second liner too. And Frondell, 14 points. Monahan looking okay, but not amazing. You know, what if we go Fantilli, Monahan, Gunderson, Frondell, Delbelouz, Riopel? Might not be a bad way to approach it. Riopel has done nothing so far. Let's bump up Harvey Shields here. That way we get a change to every line except the top line, and hopefully that can lead to something good. Hopefully. I think you can tell my optimism is a little bit rattled at the moment. Smidge. But it is still early. It's only January. Got the big mic. Let's go through yet another month. See where we stand at the end of it. Let's hope the team can stay healthy. That would be nice. Please, God, let the team be able to stay healthy. I mean, again, we are in a playoff spot despite the frankly absurd amount of man games lost so far. Call us the Montreal Canadiens last year. Where did Tim Stützle end up? Right back in Ottawa, baby. Right back in Ottawa. We moved him for Kent Johnson again and then flipped Kent Johnson. It was beautiful. Is the game launching now or noon tomorrow? I have no idea. If you can't load into it now, I'm going to presume noon tomorrow. That's what I saw on Twitter. Someone said that's when it was, which is really weird that would have been the time. But is what it is. See how we do on a back-to-back. Joel Jackson wasn't severely injured, so that's going to be okay. 7-6 overtime loss to Tampa, who, again, we lost to in the second round of the playoffs last year. We beat Philly. We beat Ottawa. Beat Utah. Del Belbelou's out with back spasms. You hate to see it. Call up Matt Rempe again, I suppose. I suppose. When in doubt, get some... Oh, good. We have a defenseman playing as a forward. All right, well. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Pinelli would require waivers. Let's go for Gavin Hayes, because I don't really care if I lose him. Shout out to Ricer for the raid, by the way. Hence your question about whether or not you have access to the game right now, huh? That would make sense. That would make sense. All right. Well, Gavin Hayes, welcome to the team, buddy. Welcome to the team. We got a line error. Ugh. 4-on-4 power play. Well, you know, we're going to have to go best lines at some point. That's going to be a thing. For sure. AHL lines currently look like they could be a bit of a disaster. All right. Won't take us that long to fix those up, so that's good. Let's see. We got one game left this month. 26, 17, and 4. Jesus Christ. Despite the absurd amount of time we have spent in the menus, we are still looking okay, thanks to the depth and the strength of the team. But my God, the amount of injuries. This has to be the last year I put up with it, right? You would think. What the hell's wrong about the power play lines? Yeah, we're gonna have to go best lines soon. This is getting all sorts of messed up. All sorts. Sean Monahan's healthy, and that brings us to February 1st of 2029. I was gonna say 2019, and it's like, nope, that was 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago. This doesn't seem right, does it? In terms of goals per game, not great, but our defense is solid, as indicated by goals against per game and the penalty kill. We kind of saw that earlier on in the season too, right? Is we didn't have that like top-notch goal scorer despite some of the people we have on the team. We do have a 7-point cushion with a game at hand over Carolina. So, and Pittsburgh for that matter, in terms of being in a playoff spot. Let's get a full look at the points here, though, not only for us, but around the league. Because we might have to make a change. So yeah, for the forwards, Brady Tkachuk, top dog this year, top goal scorer. Lindstrom's doing all right. Kairu's still doing all right from a playmaking perspective, but you can kind of look and see, like, okay, we're not quite crushing it, right? Fantilli's been okay when he hasn't been injured. Gunderson just isn't going to be that sniper, which is crazy. Shot like that, listed as a sniper, but it's clear, like, that shot pass bias must be low. Starting to lose faith in Del Belbaluz. Hate to say it. I mean, technically, he's just shy of a 30-goal pace, though, so maybe that's a little bit harsh. We've had so many forwards play this year. Yeah, Kiviranta, our 13th forward, has played 20 games. That is not ideal. And Bouchard, Werenski, both not quite living up to the expectations that we have of them. Xavier Villeneuve just isn't quite ready for prime time either. In terms of the goaltending, again, Daig has been fine, but not amazing. Thielen has actually been pretty good. Right. As far as the league is concerned, Austin Matthews is destroying worlds, 82 points in 49 games with 54 goals already. Of course, Mitch Marner, vast majority of those assists would be on Austin Matthews' goals. Defensively, point leader is Adam Fox. He's going to run away with the Norris this year. Cale Makar, Brant Clark is up there. Kevin Korchinski as well. Wow. Goaltending, winningest Aiden Hill still, so Chicago has turned the corner. Shutout leader with 5 is Stuart Skinner for Edmonton still. And anything over a 920 save percentage is phenomenal. Damn it. We ended up moving on from Matejchuk, yeah. Essentially, he wouldn't change his player type, which to me screamed like, oh, cool, he's never going to live up to his full potential. And given that, unless I'm mistaken, he wasn't up here in terms of points, it looks like I was right. Yeah, I mean, he's not in the top 25. What's Elvis getting paid by the Leafs? Good question. That is a good question. Where do you get your jerseys from? It's been a combination of from friends, one in particular from a viewer, eBay, Cool Hockey, Hockey Authentic, sometimes directly through a team shop. That's what I had to do for the Bruins Centennial jersey, the Brad Marchand that I have. So. See, what the hell was Merzlikins getting paid by Toronto? Yeah, despite the fact he's playing well, I kind of feel more comfortable that he's getting paid that by a different team. Crash, that was the first thing I said was from Friends. It was literally the first thing that I said. But no, it's fine. Take your victory lap here. All right. In terms of the lines, it's quite obvious that something has to change. You said specifically one. I said specifically one from viewer. I said friends as the first one, Crash. Go back in the VOD. I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure. I said friends. As in, I have gotten jerseys from you. I have gotten a jersey from Thrash. I have gotten jerseys. I mean, Herms is the fucking wallet vampire, but I certainly consider him in that category. There's some others in the mix, so I give up now. Good. Do it. Give up. Pussy. All right. God, so this team is nearly fully healthy. He's surprised you have more than one friend. Me too, to be honest. Jesus Christ. Me too. Okay. Xavier Villeneuve, I do still think you could be a decent player. What was your goal for the year? Stay on the team the entire season? Fuck. Maybe we end up having him as an actual depth option. I mean, Johansson, it was the same goal. Fuck. All right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? This team just isn't quite clicking the way that it needs to. We can send Matt Rempe back down. No one's going to take him on waivers. I think I just accidentally went best lines as well. I did. Okay, cool. At the very least, it'll give us the opportunity to kind of, survey the playing field here. I still think Lamb, Jackson, Riopel's not a bad way to go. Honestly, yeah, in general, this isn't really a bad way to go. Like I said, there are some players I'm a little bit worried about at this stage. Del Belbaloo's getting demoted to the third line. One could argue is a little bit harsh. Maybe we give him another chance. It is a really solid team, especially in terms of that center depth, but I don't know. It's just screaming for an improvement. But I think we leave it for now, at least. We'll go best lines in the AHL again. Let's just double check that we didn't have a low elite that needs to be in the lineup. I think that was just for the forwards. So obviously we love ourselves some Hunter McCown, but we will take him out for Vasiliev. Get Matt Rempe out of there for Dimitrakos. And Gavin Hayes can take a seat for Rutu. Again, we want those low elites on the top line, getting as much playing time as possible. Someone needs to find a Rostislav standing jersey for your wall. They really do. Especially a Pirates jersey. That was like the first real that was the first time I can ever remember being like, hey, are you selling this jersey at a game? And they just kind of laughed because like selling jerseys at an AHL game. The AHL has gotten a lot better. But yeah, you want to talk about a Grail jersey? That one right there, baby. That one right there. My goat, Rostislav Stanya. Mainly because, again, the Pirates were the Washington Capitals AHL affiliate at the time. So, good times, good times, good times. But, all right, I think that we can probably get away with, well, I was going to say, we could probably get away with leaving the lines the same, but if we can look for an upgrade now that's available on the market, we probably should do it. The problem is there's nobody where I'm like, yes, let's get rid of that guy. There's no one I necessarily want to trade, but there are definitely upgrades that we could find. All right. Is there, I mean, particularly what we're looking for is a third pair right defenseman. Is Brandon Carlo's deal up? No, it is not. It will not be Carlo, and we will not be reacquiring Damon Severson. No, sir. Is there... Ooh, Mackenzie Weegar? Not an expiring contract for Mackenzie Weegar. We could bring back Jordan Harris after all this time. Oh, man. Okay. The trade market might not be what I was hoping it would be. I mean, like Kalen Addison, Dyson Mayo. And the thing is, we don't even have that much value to deal in terms of upgrades at the deadline. Oh, there we go. Ben Sherratt, baby. Let's go. Ben Sherratt. He'll solve my troubles. Say that my body rejected the sentence. Yeah, there's just Jared Spurgeon. Oh, he plays baseball. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen either. All right, the trade market right now is not good. Ben Danford. Sergachev doesn't have an expiring deal. Damn it. Damn it. Chikrin? Iwa, Petro all still have an extra year left. Gostisbehere is terrible at this point, unless that's a morale issue. It is not. He is just terrible. Okay, cool. Well, even if I wanted to necessarily improve the team right now, I can't. At least not for, a bargain bin price, which is what, also known as a carry, which is what we need right now because, again, the lack of trade assets is astonishing right now. Like, in terms of draft picks, what draft picks? In terms of prospects we want to give up, what prospects that we want to give up? So, goodness. AHL starter Joshua Ravensbergen has broken his hand. He'll be out for the rest of the regular season. Zach Werenski is hurt again. He scored 4 goals in a playoff game, so we said we got to keep him. Give him a fat... Wow, we lost 9-0. We gave him a fat contract. Mans can't stay healthy. We are at, oh my God, severe risk of dwindling, of seeing another season of opportunity dwindle away because of injury. We definitely have some players where I think it's right to question, if we're going to be able to kind of accomplish what we want to accomplish with the players that we have. Guess I'll go with Dayton and Kalpanen. Almost through February. That record's looking a little bit worse for wear. For the love of God, Big Mike, stay online or don't. What are you doing? I don't even know who that is, or do I? Speak now, Mike, or forever hold your peace. Where are we in terms of the standings? We are currently not... Oh, my God. Well, we're not making a wild card. We're 11 points behind Montreal, so we are 3 points out of the playoffs right now. Fuck. Our defense has gotten worse. Our offense is still pretty lackluster. How is our offense lackluster with the players that we have? This is crazy. And we are just a few days away from the deadline. And maybe, again, having to take a bit of a step back to try and step forward. Like, Brady Tkachuk is doing well, but defensively, that top line is struggling immensely. I mean, Kyrou does have the assists I'm looking for, but not nearly the amounts. And we might have to we might have to make some changes here. I mean, again, hell of a lot of injuries this season. That hasn't helped. We again might have to ask Evan Bouchard if he's willing to waive that no movement clause and be traded. And now the Thielen's falling off a bit as a goaltender. The goaltending in general is pretty mid. This could end up being a very interesting trade deadline for us. We've done a lot of wheeling and dealing with this team already, which is not typically how I like to play franchise modes, right? You guys know we normally build up with a young core and try to stay loyal to that core. But again, we didn't have any restrictions this year or for this particular franchise to start off the new year of NHL 25. So Brady Tkachuk, this year and next, could be dealt before the no movement clause in the 16-team no trade list kicks in. Caden Lindstrom, we got a couple years left before a no movement clause kicks in. I'm starting to get a little bit worried that maybe he's not the guy, at least to be the 1C. Jordan Kyrou, 2 years left, no clauses attached whatsoever. Del Bel Belluz has scored 1 goal since the last time we looked at him. Fantilli has 39 points in 57 games, which is fine, but not amazing. Gunderson's been more of a playmaker than a sniper. Frondell Monahan continues to be a decent combination. And then we have all these younger guys that we were getting NHL playing time for. Okay. And we keep losing games, meaning that we are falling that much further out of the playoff conversation. Werenski is at least healthy. Oh, let me see, buddy, if I can figure out if the bot is in fact down. It shouldn't be. But do we have our first? Do we have our first? That was Private Eye by Alkaline Trio. I got to make sure Werenski is in the lineup here. All right. Let's get Werenski back on that top pair so he doesn't get mad about being scratched. What the hell are we going to do, man? What are we going to do with this deadline? We do beat Chicago. We do beat Buffalo. And that brings us to the trade deadline. Conservative buyer, I suppose. Not that that's going to make too much of a difference to what we do. Hello, Mr. Deekslayer. I see you got your I'm having fun face. I'm pretty sure you had the same face going on at some points while streaming Wildcard earlier. Heat on the 14 months. Heat, welcome back. Thank you very much for that. How the heck are you? Let's see. Alex Newhook. Also, Deke, I noticed the old Seattle grunge, eh? What about that? Crash Andrews, the old gift. What a man. So there aren't too many players out there. Oh, we could bring back Kirill Marchenko. There we go. There aren't too many players out there that really kind of fit the theme of what we're looking for. In terms of selling, if we were to do such a thing, Evan Bouchard. Am I even allowed to ask you to waive your no trade clause right now? Will you waive that clause? Okay, Evan Bouchard's not going anywhere. Evan Bouchard is not going anywhere. So we do still need an improvement for third pair right defense because Villanove's not going to be able to get the job done for us. So, I mean, if we can't get rid of Bouchard, that means very clearly like we're still focused on trying to make this team better. Is there a right defenseman not named Ronnie Attard? Again, Carlo still had term left. I need a rental. Give me a rental just for the year. I'll even buy some lakefront property in Nebraska. We'll make it a great twofer. Like, please give me something here, would you? My God. By the way, because they're in here, twitch.tv/Crash Andrews, all one word. Twitch.tv/Deke Slayer. Follow them both. Do it now, or we're not friends. Again, Kalen Addison still had term left. Tampa just traded 2 firsts to Boston for Carlos Severson and a 4th. Gee, if that's the price, dude, I'm out. I am out. Bouchard no longer broken in franchise. At least not like he was previously. Holy hell. Deke, can you yell at Steve Yzerman to be willing to trade a good defenseman for me, please and thank you? What about YouTube? I mean, follow them on YouTube too. And Twitch. And YouTube. And TikTok. Especially TikTok. Jordan Spence. Probably shouldn't be an offensive defenseman with those attributes. Is he the only real option I've seen so far, though? Yes, he is. Okay, Ryan Pulock, please have an expiring deal. Shit. This is not going well. And then Pulock immediately got traded to freaking Toronto. This is going so well for me. This is great. Hey, speaking of broken players in franchise, Cam York, except he's injured, so I can't even acquire him. We could go after Yegor Zamula. Jared Spurgeon again. So we're looking at Philadelphia, Los Angeles. Again, for a rental right defenseman this year as we try to actually accomplish something. But man, are we getting real close to not being able to make these pushes at the deadline anymore. This is bad. This is okay. Well, let's go back and talk to Philadelphia. Mr. Zamula. Holy hell, you've been bad this year. He is listed as a 2-way, which is probably better suited for him. He's got some physicality. What would it take to get Yegor? A 4th in Villanova, Schmidt in a 5th, Terrell in a 5th, Roloff in a 5th. Okay, so Schmidt, Terrell, or Roloff. We should be able to do that, right? How good is old Kimmy Schmidt here? 20 years old, 69. Second round pick of the Wild. Defenseman, can't skate worth a damn. That's a worthy sacrifice. So Yegor Zamula brought in to get an upgrade on defense. Now, the one thing that we are absolutely missing is a sniper. And we're not bringing in 5 years worth of Kirill Marchenko or 4 years worth of Owen Tippett. Oh, my God. I think we're just going to have to leave the team. We're just going to have to leave the team as it is. Outside of Oliver Bjorkstrand, there really isn't anybody else on an expiring deal. The Sharks are trying to sell a Scar off. Don't tell Sin. He'll be pissed. There is Victor Arvidsson. Kevin Fiala. What does Bjorkstrand look like here? There was a deal for Bjorkstrand. Nope, apparently not. Arvidsson. You want Dayton back, which is absolutely not happening. Absolutely not happening. Kevin Fiala. Oh, my God. I think we're just stuck. We improved the defense. Oliver Wahlstrom. Phil Maynor in a way. Bell Blues, Dayton, Rio. Jesus. Okay. Okay. There's there's that. There's really not much I can do in terms of what we might need versus what's actually available on the market. I am a little bit worried. Long term. Also, Sean Monahan's on an expiring contract at the end of this season, our captain. So this might be his last year here, too. Okay. Is there anything else we can do to improve this team? I mean, new hook, I don't see how that's possibly going to help. It's just we're stuck. Noted enforcer, Kirby Doc. Trade him now. I mean, he has the clause protection, though, is the problem. He has that protection. I mean, Matheson would be funny. Dude, Michael Matheson's making $15 million. Watch out, Habs fans. Kent's about to lose his goddamn mind. $15 million, Michael Matheson. Oh, man. I think we could bring a Scar off as a backup goalie, but... Noted sniper, Eli Tolvanen. Also, everybody, if you could, twitch.tv/Eki Original, EKI Original, and make sure you bother him to get the Eli Tolvanen jersey that I almost bought him in Seattle. He's got 3 years left on his deal, though. I don't want him. I wish you'd have bought him that. I was tempted, man. I was tempted. Just get him to freaking pull the trigger on actually getting a Kraken jersey. Meanwhile, all night I got tactics being like, "Oh, you're wearing a Kraken jersey." It's like I'm gonna be a fan of the Boston Bruins right now, for God's sakes. I should have worn my fucking Swayman jersey. There's nothing we can do with this deadline. We are kind of locked into what we are. It is imperfect, but it is still a young team. Old Yegor Zamula. Hopefully, you are going to be kind of the missing piece here for this team. I'm surprised I didn't restrain from buying a jersey. Well, you know. The times have changed for me a little bit. You know. All right. So defensively, Werenski Bouchard, Dayton Yarechek, Kaupinen Zamula, Villeneuve Johansson can stay there. It's called not wanting to be divorced. I don't think she'd divorce me for a jersey.
Jeez, highly unnecessary.
But now, you never know. You never know. Shout out to Caniac, 60 months, by the way. Goodness gracious. Back for now. And you're going to disappear again to wherever you go. How are you? All right, let's get Zamula out for Dayton. And Villeneuve, you're going to have to be a healthy scratch for the rest of the year. We do not want it to be Johansson. We want it to be Zamula. Oh, boy. Do you work better with Kaupinen? No, you don't. Shit. Whatever. It's going to have to be a -1. It is what it... Oh, that's because Bouchard's there. Okay, didn't matter regardless. That's great. Fun. As far as the forwards are concerned, again, as we have talked about all season long, it is currently a rather imperfect setup for you boys here. We are going to go and run with the lines that we have kept for the vast majority of the season. That's a lie. We'll go Fantilli, Monahan, Gunderson, Frondell, Del Belbaluz, Riopel. Just to try to get a decent little mix. Who's the closest subscriber to 10 years? I have no idea because I don't like to think about how I've been streaming for a very long time at this point. It's not 10 years. We're not particularly close to that. But, man, we've been here for a while. Life just be zooming by, you know? Let's see. We need to get you out for Vasilyev. Need to get Matt Rempe out for Dimitrakos. And again, Gavin Hayes out for old Amati Rutu. Rootin' Tootin' Rutu. Okay. Well, The question now, playoffs. God help me if we don't make it, we might have to consider some more drastic changes.